my end. But that don't matter. What's going on, everybody? This your man Big B along with Big G. Man, there is news about the Pittsburgh Steelers today. Um, big news. Big news, Big G. It's news that a lot of fans probably thought was going to be here. News that maybe some fans didn't want to be here, but it is here. Aaron Rodgers signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know, G. Here's the thing. First of all, you're shaking your head. What are your initial thoughts on this?
Man, you know how I felt. I was hating on Aaron Rodgers. I said I was done with him. But now that he's the Pittsburgh Steelers and he's signing a contract with the Sharpie, welcome home, Mr. Rodgers. Welcome home. Welcome home. We're going to brace you with full arms. Welcome home. Let's do what we do, bro. Welcome home, Mr. Rodgers. Welcome home.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, look, we can have and here's the thing. There's going to be some fans out there that are mad. There's going to be some fans out there that might be frustrated. But the fact of the matter is that if you are truly a Steelers fan and you truly want the Pittsburgh Steelers to win football games this year, then Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback.
Facts.
The best quarterback for the Steelers as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
If that's who you are and you're like, you know what, I'm a fan, it doesn't matter. It gives us the best chance to win. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Now, we might be upset. We might be frustrated on how long it's took. Hell, I said just earlier this morning that the Steelers weren't serious about trying to win football games because they didn't have Rodgers come to OTAs.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that Aaron Rodgers wasn't serious about it. That's who I said wasn't serious about it, was Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if he comes to minicamp, then the Steelers are acting like they're serious. So maybe this changes the outlook, Big G.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I told you I was done because I didn't think we were serious about football in 2025. Dog, this dude signing a contract within the next 24 hours. He's dead serious about football in 2025. And you know what? You know why? Because he wants to pick his talent, bro. Rodgers is going to go there. I'm telling you. Rodgers is going to go there, assess and see what's going on, and he going to pull Coach Tomlin and Arthur Smith aside, and he going to tell him, go give me this one, go give me that one, go give me this one. So I think he wants to win. And he knows the Steelers are making moves behind the scenes, trying to get a wide receiver, two, a new tight end, or weapons. He's signing this contract, so he's got an influence on what they pick. He wants to pick the groceries, bro. He wants to pick the groceries.
Yeah, he does. He does. It seems like that Aaron Rodgers is wanting to figure some stuff out. My thing about it is that I think he doesn't want to go out the way that he was perceived to have gone out with the New York Jets.
Mm-hmm.
That it didn't. And first off, the first year he didn't play. I mean, what did he play? 4 snaps and got hurt. Mm-hmm. And then last year it started off bad because he wasn't healthy to start the season. Mm-hmm. And now he's got an opportunity to say, hey, guys, last year wasn't me, especially early in the year, because he did get better as the year went on. There's no doubt about that. Aaron Rodgers got better as the year went on. So now he's got a point to where he can say, okay, I can still play some football. I'm wanting to play some football. I like it. I like the situation.
B, whether people listen, because like I said, and I've seen other Steelers stuff already today. So many Steelers fans are negative, pessimistic, argumentative, and flat out just pissed off because Aaron Rodgers signed. Listen, people. Aaron Rodgers gives us the best opportunity to win in 2025. I was one of the guys that said, I'm done with Aaron Rodgers. But looking at it for an opportunity to win in 2025, sign the dude. It's a one-year deal. Contract stuff's coming out now. I'm hearing it was less than 20, B. I'm hearing that it was like 1 year, 15 million with a little bit of incentives. So, I mean, that's a win-win because you save money, you get a true bridge quarterback that leads you to 2026, and the Steelers got an opportunity to be serious about football in
Right.
2025. So I don't see how we losing on this, bro.
Yeah, I don't think we're losing at all. And quite frankly, I personally believe. Look, he gives us the best chance to win. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. G, you know that, and fans are just gonna have to get over it. He gives us the best chance to win. It's like, do you want to win or do you not? Do you
Mm,
want to just say, well, let's just develop Will Howard? Well, you know, the best way to actually develop Will Howard
mm.
is for Aaron Rodgers to be the quarterback and for him to learn what Aaron Rodgers does. Like
Facts.
we can, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is an extremely smart quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
All the other stuff aside about Aaron Rodgers, none of that is talking about his intellect. He's
Mm-hmm.
extremely smart, breaking down a defense, breaking down film, understanding where wide receivers need to be, just going about the business on day-to-day stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine that Mason Rudolph was there and there to help, but Aaron Rodgers, all you have to do is just be in the room and just watch what he does and then ask him questions. Now, I'm assuming Aaron Rodgers is willing to help and answer questions. I'm assuming you've never heard him say that he wasn't available to answer people's questions. We saw, I mean, obviously the TV cut stuff, but you saw the certain stuff where he was willing to help Wilson from the
Mm-hmm.
Jets. Well,
Mm-hmm.
if he's willing to do that, why wouldn't he be willing to help Will Howard? I think he would. And I think this is an opportunity. This is the best situation for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. It just
Yeah,
is, man.
yeah. The deal is this. He didn't hate on Jordan Love, bro. He actually helped Jordan Love. And
Yeah,
look what that looks like for the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love down there killing, right? If he can come
correct.
in and give Will Howard 1 year of that, I'm not saying Will Howard's a second coming, but it gives him an opportunity to be mentored by a first ballot Hall of Famer that's going to throw for about 30 touchdowns this year, somewhere between 25 and 30, and throw for anywhere between 3,500 and 4,000 yards. It's a
Correct.
win-win across the board for the Steelers, bro.
Yes, it's absolutely a win-win. Hey, I want to thank everybody for being in the chat today. Again, all the members that are in here, thank you guys for always showing up. What's going on, Felicia? We appreciate your Arch Baby Dolls in. Thank you, guys. I mean, we're all in here, man. Look, this is good news. This is
Mm-hmm.
good news. Again, I know that some people are frustrated by it, but I don't. It made me frustrated, and then the only reason that I was frustrated is because I didn't think he was serious about trying to play football this year.
Mm-hmm.
So you come into mini camp, convince me.
Mm-hmm.
Convince me that you are, and then we'll go from there and we'll see what this looks like. But here's the thing. I also don't think, you mentioned it, G, I don't think the Steelers are done adding football players.
Mm-mm.
I don't think they are. I don't think they
Mm-mm.
are done adding football players at all. But let me just ask you this. Let's kind of cover some of the stuff about Aaron Rodgers, and let's just break it down here.
Mm-hmm.
First off, what do the Pittsburgh Steelers look like with Aaron Rodgers in the fold?
They fight the Baltimore Ravens to win the division. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. There's, I mean, you can cut the deck. It's us and the Ravens. The Bengals don't have a defense, and Rodgers can beat the Ravens. So, legitimately, I'm talking about with the team we got now, B. I'm not even talking about adding pieces. I'm talking about you insert Rodgers with this team, we can beat the Baltimore Ravens and win the division. So that's what he looks like, and he gets us a shot to win a playoff game. Right
Yeah,
now. I'm talking about before we do anything else. Right now today.
with the Steelers roster the way that it is, you're right. It gives the Steelers a chance to win a playoff game. It gives us a fighting chance against the Ravens. It
Mm-hmm.
gives us a quarterback that can do some things that we just wouldn't do or couldn't do last year when we needed to do those things. I'm not saying that Aaron Rodgers is the same quarterback that he was 5 years ago, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but most of us aren't the same. I get that part. But what it does say is that at what point do we say, you know what, damn that, he gives us the best chance to win and we just go out there and win, G?
Man, let's be the live chat talking about I'm on the Thunderbird. They said I'm on the Thunderbird early, man. What the hell is going on out there? It does give us the chance to win. Like I told you, I said I was done with Rodgers. He signed. Mandatory minicamps next week. He's gonna be there. This is a 41-year-old quarterback that still got stuff left in the tank. Hell, he played horrible last year, B. He had 29 touchdowns and 17 INTs or something like that, and he played freaking trash. So
Right.
now with an improved offensive line, better weapons than what the New York Jets have, and a better defense what the New York Jets have, how can we not be optimistic to realize that as of today, we can beat the Baltimore Ravens to win the AFC North, dog? As of today, we can beat the Ravens.
That's the one thing. And look, last year, I would say for the first, I don't know, 7, 8 games, Aaron Rodgers probably wasn't even fully healthy last year. It takes a while to come back from an Achilles injury. I don't care what kind of medicines and techniques and all this other kind of stuff. You still have to heal. The injury is the injury,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes time to get back. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, so we saw Kirk Cousins do the same type of stuff. He looked horrendous because he couldn't even move last year. At least
Correct.
Aaron Rodgers could move a little beginning of the year, and then by the end of the year, he could move around some. So
Mm-hmm.
it just takes time to get back. Well, that injury will be 2 years ago from when he steps on the field for the first game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm confident. I'm confident in it. I like where he's at with it. And somebody asked earlier, does this mean DK is going to come into camp? Well, it's mandatory mini camp next week. I would suspect DK Metcalf is here. And I mentioned it this morning. If DK Metcalf doesn't come in, next week, there's a bigger problem that we don't know about that's
Facts.
going on. If he's willing to give up money to not come to mandatory mini camp, then something else is going on, G, that we just aren't privy to, which that is what it is if you're willing to give up money at this point. But I think all hands are on deck. I wouldn't suspect TJ. TJ's not coming in. He's got a contract thing. So if he does come in, he'll do the whole sit in or the hold in thing. But I'm ready. You know what? I'm getting on board, G. I'm getting
Oh,
on
wait.
board. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm just getting on board. It is what it is. Be happy, Steeler fans. Be
Yep.
happy at this
Yep.
point.
B, it took me about 15 minutes to really process it. I'm being honest. Like it spanned through my head, and I was like, wait a minute. This is Aaron freaking Rodgers. This ain't like, picking up a bum like Kirk Cousins. This ain't like going and getting Sam Darnold. This is Aaron freaking Rodgers. And I'm corrected. He had 28 touchdown passes with 11 INTs last year. And that was a bad season for him. That now produces what you call complementary football for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We have not had that since Ben Roethlisberger had a defense. Some Steeler fans have never seen it the whole time they've been Steeler fans. Complementary football, where you have offense that supports the defense and the defense supports the offense. Come on, man. You couldn't have wished for anything better for the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2025.
No, I think it's fine. There's some people in the chat. They asked, well, is Aaron Rodgers better than Joe Burrow? He doesn't have to be better than Joe Burrow. The Pittsburgh Steelers are better than the Cincinnati Bengals. So
Facts.
there's that.
They
I
ain't got
know
no
that.
defense. The
So
Bengals don't have no defense. None.
no, they don't. Not at all. Trev Top with the super chat coming
Where?
in saying the Steelers have a quarterback. The
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers have a quarterback. And we do. And we
Mm-hmm.
do. And I know there's a lot of people out there, the Mason Rudolph fans, and they wanted Mason Rudolph to have a chance and all this. I'm sorry, man. Aaron Rodgers is better than Mason Rudolph. He's always been better than Mason Rudolph. Under no circumstances was Mason Rudolph better than Aaron Rodgers. I saw somebody tell me earlier today that said that Mason Rudolph was a better fit for the offense. I'm like, there's no offense that Mason Rudolph is a better fit for than Aaron Rodgers. Let's make that clear. There is
Yeah.
no offense that he's better for than Mason Rudolph. I feel bad for Mason. I
Yeah.
feel bad, but also I think Mason Rudolph signed back with the Pittsburgh Steelers with them telling him under no circumstances or under all circumstances, we are going after Aaron Rodgers. And if he signs, he will be the starter.
Yeah. And guess what? Mason Rudolph might go down as one of the best backup quarterbacks in NFL history. You sat behind Ben Roethlisberger and Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, I think you're going a little too far with that, G. Steve Young
I'm
was a
just
backup
saying, B. I'm
quarterback.
just saying. He sat
Steve Young
behind.
was a backup quarterback, brother.
Yeah, but just for a hot second, though. They pushed Joe Montana out the door. They pushed Joe Montana to Kansas City. I'm
I don't
talking
know. I
about the
think there's
dude.
better quarterbacks.
Yeah, it could be, but I'm saying as far as position. As
I
far
got
as
you.
position, he's cool. He's cool as far as position. And there's no pressure on him. So guess what? Now if Rodgers gets a little tired, or because he is 41 years old, he gets banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now we need Mason just to come in and spell him 2 games, 1 or 2 games, max 3. Mason's fine in that scenario. Now, B, I'll tell you this much. I think in a 3-game split, I mean, for Rudolph, that if you had to play 3 games, I think Rudolph can win 2 out of 3. And I feel more
Oh, I
confident
mean, I
with
think
that.
that's what he's good for.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
think win
think
2
that's
out of
what he's
3.
good for sure.
Yeah. So
So,
I like it.
Super chat, Clifford said, or not super chat, just comment said if Mason was better than Aaron, they wouldn't have waited this long for Aaron. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's just is what it is. It
Yeah.
is what it is. So, and people are on you, Big G, about this because now I like Tyrod Taylor over Mason. I mean, Mason Rudolph is a fine quarterback, but best backup quarterback of all time is a stretch, brother. That's a
Yeah.
stretch.
I admit when I'm wrong, man. I admit when I'm wrong. Sometimes I see life through the freaking gold and black sunglasses, man. Sometimes I see it like that, but I admit it. But I'm saying as far as the scenario, man. Okay, he can win 2 out of 3. So we play 17 games, and if Rodgers plays 14 of the 17, he can win 2 out of 3, and that's
Yeah,
all I need the backup quarterback to do.
that's all you need him to do. That's all
Yeah.
you need him to do is keep your team afloat while until the starter gets back. And if you can, like I said, if it's 3 games, because technically, if you can go 500 with your starter, say they miss 4 games, if you can go 500, you're feeling good about yourself. If
Mm-hmm.
you go 3-1 or 2-3 with your
Mm-hmm.
backup, you're
Mm-hmm.
feeling great. You're
Yeah.
feeling great.
Yep.
So, but having said all of that, let's get back to Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
So, what else does that do, for the Pittsburgh Steelers? For instance, like, obviously it makes us a better football team. It makes
Yeah.
us be able to compete right now, gives us an opportunity. I don't want to talk about maybe playoff games. Let's see what the season looks like
Yeah.
before we do that. Obviously, it gives us a better chance to win a
Mm-hmm.
playoff game now.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is that does it keep us from drafting a quarterback in the draft next year? I say hell no, it doesn't.
No, matter of fact, it expedites the process
That's what I
because,
think.
and the reason I'm saying it is this: Rodgers is going to be able to look Tomlin, Omar Khan, Andy Waddle, Mr. Rooney II in the face and tell him if Will Howard's got it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that might be one of the little sneaky good things that he does for the Steelers, is he tells them, is Howard good enough to be a starter in the NFL? I'm not saying for Howard to be all world, but is Howard good enough to be a starter in 2026? I think he'll be honest about it. And
Yeah.
so, and they value Rodgers' opinion in that. Hell, he knows it. Like I said, he already did it with Jordan Love. So I think that either way, either they know that Howard will be the starter in 2026, or it expedites the process for us getting a starter in the 2026 draft, bro.
Yeah, I think all of it. I don't think it changes the plan one iota.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it changes it one iota. So
Mm-hmm.
Jessica brings up a good point here. Jessica says the most important test for the upcoming season is an opening drive touchdown. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, when's the last time the Pittsburgh Steelers scored an opening drive touchdown in a game, G? Like, when was that?
Bro, I was a young whippersnapper then.
I mean, my God, it
I was
seems
a
like
young
it's
fella.
been decades
Yeah,
since that is an outstanding point, Jess. Because
yeah,
when is the last time that has happened?
yeah.
You know.
I was a
So,
young fella.
and another point, throwing the football over the field
In the
is
middle.
that throwing the football over the field. Aaron Rodgers is going to throw the football over the middle of the field. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think there's any doubt that Aaron Rodgers is going to utilize the entire football field to complete passes for the Pittsburgh Steelers, something that we've seen, number one, quarterbacks not do, but number two, Mike Tomlin put his thumb on quarterbacks and not allow them to do. I don't think that's it.
Yeah. Well, first of all, and Steelers that's out there hating on this. Y'all, how much better is Aaron Rodgers than Russell Wilson?
A
How much
lot.
better is Aaron Rodgers than Justin Fields?
A lot.
Aaron Rodgers gonna throw your ass open, whether they realize it or not. He still at this age can throw you open anywhere on the field. Guess what else he's gonna do? He's gonna throw the ball across the middle. That's what we didn't do last year from an offensive standpoint. B, you've been watching film. You know I've been watching film. How many times was dudes running wide open in the middle of the damn field and nobody threw the ball?
Yeah.
So I think moving forward, yes, the whole field, but the point is the middle. And that play action is going to work off of that is going to be dangerous. Now we're going to find out what we got him to do like Washington. Now we're going to find out if Muth is really what everybody thinks he is. He damn for sure is going to throw it to DK on an inside slant. I don't give a damn. If they one-on-one with DK and they're in press or off zone, if DK turns and goes, Aaron Rodgers is going to force the ball to DK Rodgers because he knows you can't beat my dude. So yes, it does. It opens it up, and it actually gives Calvin Austin III and Roman Wilson an opportunity to impress this dude. Because if they're as fast as what they say, Rodgers ain't got no problem hitting you on a go route. He ain't got no problem at all. If you open, he gonna throw it to you.
Yeah. That's the thing is that Aaron is going to throw to who's ever open, and he's also going to throw guys open, and he's going to trust. That was one thing that I thought Russell Wilson would do last year is trust George Pickens to win one-on-one. He didn't. Other than
Mhm.
just a goal ball, but like, hey, it's a slant, throw it to him, or it's a comeback, throw it to him. He didn't trust him enough. Or if it's one-on-one coverage and it's a 50-50, hey, I'm just going to throw it up and see what happens. Russ
Mhm.
didn't trust him enough. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to trust DK Metcalf to do that. I feel
Yeah,
like he is.
yeah. He gonna throw it to
So,
move too. He gonna throw it to move too, and to Washington. He gonna throw it to him.
yeah, I just, this is a good point that Vegans brings up. Said 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions 1 year after blowing his Achilles.
Yeah.
Everybody said that Rodgers was horrible last year, and I kept trying to say, no, he wasn't. I'm saying early in the season he wasn't any good, but he got better. Now you could also say the Jets were already out of it when he got better, which there's some legitimacy to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think that there's people in here that still said, I seriously doubt he can throw the ball. I can't believe they're signing him. Like, why wouldn't the Steelers sign a quarterback of the caliber of Aaron Rodgers? People got to get over that, man.
Yeah.
People got to get over that.
And, dog, I seen somebody talking about he doesn't throw the ball over the middle of the field. Are you freaking
That's a
serious?
lie.
Are you serious?
That's
Dog, he
just a
throws
lie.
the ball in the middle of the field all day and damn night, man.
Yeah, that's a lie. He does.
Mm.
Yeah,
They
Rodgers
hating on
can
him.
still throw. That's exactly right, Torship. Rodgers can still throw that football. He can
You
still
better
throw the football.
be. Not only can he throw it, he can sling it.
Oh,
He can sling it. He ain't just throwing it, he's slanging it. He's
correct.
slanging that bad baby.
Correct. We got to get some idiots out of here, though.
It's all right.
Because what we're not going to do is looks like we already got him out of here.
Yeah. He was hating.
yeah. Yeah, because
I
what we're
saw
not
him.
going to be is be disrespectful.
Yeah.
But people are ignorant. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. But the bottom line is this is a good day for Pittsburgh. This is a
Fact.
good day for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm. B,
What's up?
Listen, I, man, I hate to say this, but I think it's gonna happen. I think Omar Khan and Andy Waddle's gonna mash the gas and go get a big game. I think they're gonna do something crazy, man. They got 12 draft picks, B. They got 12 picks. I think they're gonna go crazy. I think they're going big game hunting. I might be wrong, but something just tells me, man, that they're gonna go big game hunting, man, for Rodgers. If they sign Rodgers, this is a 1-year deal. They're all in, bro. They're gonna go get him a dog. I don't know who that is. I don't, but I'm just something's telling me you got 12 draft picks, you're gonna get a dog. They're gonna get a dog to go with DK, bro. Something is telling me that, man. I don't know who it is, but they're gonna get one, man. They're gonna go get one.
I don't know. I just think that I don't think they're finished. I think there's more for the Pittsburgh Steelers to do, for us to get better. I think there's room. I think obviously we have the money. I'm not worried about that part of it. I just think there's more. Now, they could be waiting for Roman Wilson to make a play. They could be waiting for all of that. But I think the Steelers are like, you know what? We have an opportunity here. Let's go try to take advantage of this and see if we can't make this happen. So that was a report yesterday saying that the Steelers are loading up for one more move. And I'm like, I don't know if they're loading up for one more move. I think the Steelers are just like, I think we have an opportunity to take advantage of our situation. I think that's more like what it is.
Yeah. Stiller Lee said, talking about Terry McLaurin walked out of OTAs. That's a fact. That did happen. But I don't think we can afford Terry McLaurin. But in the salary cap era, B, anything can happen. But B,
The
if we
thing
were to
about
get
Terry
Terry
McLaurin,
McLaurin,
yeah, but he doesn't want to leave Washington. He just wants his
no.
money.
Right,
That's
right,
all
right.
that is. He just wants his money. So you don't get in the middle of that unless you're going to trade for him. That's something different. But you're not going to want to try to get in the middle of trying to get. We went down that road with Brandon Ayuk last year. And Brandon Ayuk didn't want to leave San Francisco. All he wanted was his money. And we were the side piece for 4 months, we were the side piece. There's no reason to do that again.
Yeah.
So
But I
no
think they're
reason
going to
to
go
do
after
that again.
somebody, B. I think they're going to go after
Steelers
somebody.
Australia apparently doesn't like the move, though. He doesn't like the move. You got to like the move, man. The Steelers are better today. When the Steelers were worse after trading George Pickens, the Steelers got better today. There's just
Facts.
no ifs, ands about that. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about that. The Pittsburgh Steelers got better today. And if you don't think so, then you're not thinking rationally right now, man. You're just not thinking rationally. The Steelers are better today than what they were yesterday. And that's a good thing.
B, I got a question.
Yep.
If they went big game hunting, who do they get? If they
If we
really,
go
like, we
big
got
game
12 picks.
hunting,
Who?
no, I'm saying you're saying if they go big game hunting,
Mm-hmm.
who do they go get?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let's see. I don't know.
All right. I'm going to throw a
I'm in the
hypothetical.
comments section. Steelers Australia is crazy. Aaron Rodgers could be 142 years old. He's still better than Mason Rudolph. So
That's
I don't
big
care
facts.
what. I mean, talking about somebody's age, that doesn't make him not better. The Steelers not better because he's on the football team. You don't think that, you're just not thinking rational. But I don't know who the Steelers would go get. And first of all, the wide receivers that are actually available that we can afford, we can't go get.
Okay.
So that's the one thing we just can't go get.
Okay,
That's it.
so let's do a ceiling and a basement. So you're saying we can't afford a guy like a Tyreek Hill. We can't afford that.
Yeah, we can't. We can't afford that.
Okay.
We can't
So
afford
what's
that.
a basement? Romeo Dobbs?
I would say somebody like that. I don't
Okay.
think Green Bay's going to give him up. I think it would be more like Wicks. But
Okay.
yeah, people are screaming Keenan Allen. I'm like, Keenan Allen doesn't block. I'm not sure the Steelers want that, but I don't know. I know Keenan Allen gets open. I know that. I know Keenan Allen can still catch the football, and Keenan Allen can still get open. So, do you want him to block? or do you want him to get open? If it's me, I say yes. I say just go get Keenan Allen and let him get open on the opposite side of DK Metcalf. I say do it because it makes a ton of sense. Now, Keenan Allen's not washed. You know, that's somebody you're not paying a close enough attention to football. Keenan Allen's not washed. You don't need Keenan Allen to go get you, 1,100 yards. That's not what you want Keenan Allen for. You want Keenan Allen to be able to get you 45 to 55 catches for 700 yards. That's what you need. And he can do that. He did it last year. So he can do that.
Okay, so what about Chris Olave?
The Saints aren't going to trade him.
Okay.
The Saints aren't going to trade him.
Okay.
Because I feel like they already would have if they were going to.
Okay.
The one thing about Keenan Allen, somebody did point that out, and they're 100% correct. Keenan Allen's always hurt.
Yeah.
You're only going to get about 10 games out of Keenan Allen because it seems like his hamstrings are just shot.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's healthy, he can play.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
2 more names. Now does the tight end talk become real? Is Jonnu Smith or Kyle Pitts a real thing?
I mean, I think it was a real thing.
Okay.
So I don't think that anything like that changes. I think it was already a real thing. The chat's saying Amari Cooper. I'm not going to get Amari Cooper. Cooper was a locker room issue in Dallas. So the Steelers aren't going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whole thing. So they're not going to do that.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, go get Mike Evans.
That's the whole thing.
We can't afford Mike Evans, y'all. We can't afford no Mike Evans. we can't afford him. No way.
Mike Evans is not on the block either. Tampa Bay's thinking they can win a Super Bowl. They're not trading the best receiver in Tampa Bay Buccaneers history. They're not doing that.
Facts.
So,
Facts.
I mean, like I said, I think Kyle Pitts is actually going to be available.
Yeah.
If I'm the Steelers, I would say go get that. But yeah, Mike Evans is not available. I get it, but I mean that's like saying, go get Amar St. Brown.
Right.
The certain guys are not available. I don't care what the Steelers could give up their entire draft. Certain guys are just not available.
Yeah, yeah. I think, in my opinion, I think Kyle Pitts might be the number 1 option, in my opinion. And I would say second option, Dobbs out of Green Bay. If I had, because Rodgers is familiar with Dobbs, but Pitts is such a weapon that there's going to be no excuses for Pitts if he plays 1 year with Rodgers. There's no excuse, bro. Like you're going to shine.
Yeah.
It's his time to shine. So
Right.
But I think it changes the urgency of the Pittsburgh Steelers to be willing to be more aggressive and maybe give up more capital than what they were willing to get now that Rodgers is there. That's why I'm saying that. I think they're more in the mindset, we got this dude for 1 year. Let's do what we got to do to get one. But let's do it. 12 picks, bro. We're not drafting 12 dudes, dog. It's going to be on the roster, bro. It ain't happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's my man Clifford, he's in the chat. He's right. Is that he's familiar with Alan Lazard. I mean, there's that. Now you got to trade for Lazard, but I think you could get Lazard for a 7th round pick.
Yeah.
So that's an option. That's an option. And Lazard's not horrible. I'm not saying he's great or anything like that, but he isn't horrible. But am I wrong? In chat, tell me if I'm wrong. And tell me if I'm wrong. I think the Steelers still believe Roman Wilson can be the guy. I think that's kind of their thing. I still think they believe Roman Wilson can be the guy. I don't know if I'm convinced of that, but I think the Steelers are convinced that Roman Wilson can be that. So that's my thing.
You're not wrong.
I think they still believe that Roman Wilson can be the guy.
Yeah. You're not wrong, B. But the issue is Rodgers is going to be able to tell him.
You don't think I'm wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong at all. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to tell them whether or not he can be a guy. I think he's going to tell them. Like, I'm talking about like next week. He's gonna know. He's seen it all before.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. That's just kind of my thoughts and my feelings on it is that we they're just waiting for that. They're waiting to see what Roman Wilson is. And if minicamp is the telltale sign, then maybe we can go figure something out. I don't know. Um we'll find out. We'll find out. I know that the Steelers are better today. I know
Yeah,
the Steelers are better today than what they were yesterday. That's
yeah.
just period. End of story. There's certain people that I guess they think that a guy, because he's old, all of a sudden they can't be good football players. I don't understand how that works. If you can still play football, you could be a million years old. You can still play football. That conversation to me is crazy talk. But it is what it is, G. It is what it is.
Hey B, the spotlight is on them tackles now, boy. Jones and Fautano better be at the block. Cause if you get Rodgers killed, you up out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, boy. When the first thing smoking. If you get Rodgers killed, you are up out of Pittsburgh. So the spotlight is on Jones and Fautano like it ain't never been before. You got to block for Rodgers. So they better be ready because it's go time now. Now we're gonna see what we really got in them tackles. And that's gonna speed up the process, B, because now we're gonna see can they block?
Right. And here's a good question by Vaughn. Does he like throwing to wide receivers, or does he like throwing to tight ends more? Obviously, every quarterback likes throwing to wide receivers more, but their tight ends can be more reliable. But Aaron Rodgers throws to who's open. That's
Facts.
what he does. He just throws the ball to who's open. Depending on down and distance and what we need, he throws the ball to who's open. And he doesn't throw interceptions. Last year
Mhm.
was one of the high numbers for him, 11 interceptions throwing the football. So I feel like that's a better situation all around in my mind. So
Mhm.
that's where I'm with it.
The best tight end he played with, he developed some tight ends, but the best one that from a talent standpoint he ever played with, I remember was Jermichael Finley. That's that boy out of Texas. That's the best tight end I remember him playing with. Now he developed some dudes, but he
He
had some
loved him
dogs at
too.
wide receiver. What you said, B?
He loved Jermichael Finley. He loved
Yeah,
him.
yeah. But he had
So,
dogs at wide
but
receiver
here's
though.
the thing: Jermichael Finley was more of a wide receiver, like a Kyle Pitts type. That's who
Mm-hmm.
Jermichael Finley was. So maybe the Steelers are like, we got to go do it for a year. We'll see. We'll
Mm-hmm.
see.
Yeah. But like you said, he
That's just
throws it
my
to who's
thoughts
open.
on it.
Yeah, he throws to
So
who's open, bro. It don't matter. Whoever's open.
yeah, he doesn't. He just throws to who's open. We'll see. Mount Washington's got to do something. We'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited. That's the thing is I am I just think the Steelers are better than what we were earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers signing makes the Steelers better. You all know my philosophy. I don't care if a field mouse is the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Doesn't matter to me. I
Yeah.
just want the Steelers to be better. So, and they are better. We don't
Yeah.
have to like it. We don't have to agree with it, but they are better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Absolutely. Complimentary
that's my
football, boo.
my thoughts. To end all this? We can shut this one down for the day. G.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? That's the thing is that we can play some complimentary football. Um, we got a quarterback that can get us in and out of the right situation, that can use the entire football field to help an offense. I feel like the Pittsburgh, not I feel, I know the Pittsburgh Steelers are better than what we were yesterday. I know that.
Yeah. 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 We're ready to roll. Listen, I'm ready. Like I'm telling you, I'm ready to roll. We're going to contend with the Baltimore Ravens for the division. And I just want to see how healthy he is and how many complementary pieces do they bring in to help him. Because I think they're all in for 2025 to try to do something. Otherwise, why bring Rodgers in? It makes no sense.
Right.
It makes no sense. So I think they're in, bro. I think they're in for this one.
So let me do some house cleaning here. We got some idiots in here.
Really?
So, but it is what it is. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But bottom line is, somebody said, Big B, get ready to wear a Steelers jersey. Y'all know my philosophy on jerseys. I don't wear jerseys. Let Aaron Rodgers win a playoff game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm buying an Aaron Rodgers jersey. It's as
What?
simple as that. I have never bought a jersey in my entire life. Not in my entire life. And I told y'all, my college roommate, one of my best friends for 30 years, played in the NFL for 10 years. I did not buy his jersey.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers wins a playoff game. I'm buying an Aaron Rodgers jersey, and I'll be wearing it every week on Steelers Almighty. It's happening, people. It's happening. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's happening. I'm buying an Aaron Rodgers jersey if he wins a playoff game for the Steelers. I got to do it. I
Yeah.
don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it, G, but I
Yeah.
got to do it.
Oh, B,
I
I'm
got to
getting one
do it.
too. I'm getting one too. B, listen. You know how we was kids, and when dudes would do stuff good, we get somebody cutting our hair. I'm gonna get, like on the back of the design with the design, I'm gonna get a Rodgers design back there in the back of my head, man. If we win a playoff game, I'll be walking around with talking about Rodgers so they can look at the back of my head. Rodgers. Yeah, I'm with that, bro. I'm with, and I'm gonna get me a jersey.
Yeah, I gotta do it, man. Look, it's trouble. It can be trouble. This isn't a guaranteed anything for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I want to make that clear. This isn't guaranteed anything for us, but it does give us a better chance, G. That's all I'm trying to get across to people. I'm not saying this is going to guarantee the Pittsburgh Steelers win anything. I'm not saying it anything, but it gives us a better chance. And isn't that all we have been asking for, is a
Yeah,
better chance? Make
yeah,
moves, do certain things to give us a better chance to win. Well, getting a better quarterback on your team, doesn't that give you a better chance? Last time I
150,
checked, it gives the Steelers a better chance to win.
150%,
You know,
150%. Hey, Pun said he already got one. B, punishment all in. Punishment, you all in on this one, man? Oh my God. Hey, B, that boy gonna be hitting the sauce for real now. He gonna be talking crazy, talking about, look, now, we about to get some victories over here.
no,
Punishment, you gotta
I
slow up
understand.
early, man. Slow up.
I understand. Hey, everybody out there in the chat, if you are not already a subscriber, please make sure you are a subscriber. My man Craig Lawson brings up a good point. He's talking about the Thunderbird jersey. Well, speaking of that, Steelers Almighty does have Thunderbird t-shirts that are now available for you guys to please purchase.
Mhm.
So if you haven't seen it, make sure there's a link at the top of the chat. You can click on big merch there. If you don't have that, it is SteelersAlmightyShop.com. So your merch is available. Our alcoholics merch is available. Thunderbird shirts. Some people have already bought shirts. There's the froth mug shirts. The good one is I'm riding the night train to Seven Rings. That is available. So if you guys haven't got you a shirt yet, make sure you get one. More merchandise is on the way, ladies and gentlemen. We are just getting started having fun. Look, let me just end it with this, G, and I'll say this.
Mhm.
I was out on Aaron Rodgers. Y'all know that I was out on Aaron Rodgers. I didn't
Yeah.
think that he was serious about winning football games. I said that this morning.
Mhm.
Not serious about winning football games. But now that he is part of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, or is about to be, I'm excited
Yeah.
because I know that he makes us better. It's just that simple. It's just that simple that he makes us better.
Mhm.
So, regardless of my feelings, regardless of your feelings, regardless of anybody else's feelings, he makes us better.
That is 175% big facts, B. I'm gonna hit you with the fact signs as we get up out of here. 150% makes us better. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go and do what we got to do for the Steelers Nation, bro. I think B done froze. Oh yeah, Robert, the Steelers Almighty big hat is coming. Just the big chat big hat is coming for Steelers Almighty. Just be patient. More merch is on the way. Man, Beelan lost his signal. All right, y'all. I think that somebody is gonna shut our show down here.
Looks like I'm back. I don't know what happened there. I apologize, people. But either way, I'm out. I appreciate everybody showing up today. We're a better football team than what we were yesterday. I feel we're a better football team today than what we were yesterday. I have no idea what happened there, G.
They kicked me out. I don't know what happened.
That's all good, man. But appreciate everybody showing up, being here. Bottom line is, we're better today, people. We're a better football team than what we were yesterday, and that's the only thing that Pittsburgh Steelers fans should be worried about, G. That's it.
I'm with it. Let's
So
go, B. Let's freaking go. Let's go.
I'm excited, people. Thank you guys again. Remember to like, follow, subscribe. When this video is over, do us a favor, man. Go in there and hit that like button and go in there and leave us a comment. We'll go back and forth with you guys. We appreciate you guys, love you guys, and we will talk to you soon.